Today on Say Life TV, something very refreshing for your taste buds. You're going to want to see what our personal chefs are cooking up, and from jobless to homeless to now inspiring hope in her own way. We are talking with one woman about her journey with mental wellness. And you're ready to whip that body up into shape? Hey, we got you. This is all coming up next on Say Life TV. Don't go anywhere.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Moving through the world in a positive way. This is Say Life TV.
You heard the man. This is Say Life TV, equipping you to empower yourself in all aspects of your life while moving through the world in a positive way. Happy Friday morning. I am so honored that you chose to spend your Friday here with us. My name is Elissa Lassiter, and guiding you through this journey as your life coach and as your lifestyle host. So I hope your Friday is going amazing, but let's talk about how to make it even more amazing in today's Friday. On this Friday, I'm going to show you some steps that you can implement now, today in your life so that you can start seeing some change. How about that? Let's go. So if there has been something that you feel has been holding you back from starting that business, from starting that initiative, from starting that organization that you've always dreamed of, that you've always wanted to do, you may be getting in your own way. And let's talk about some steps that you can take to overcome that. Step 1, acknowledge it. Recognize that you may be talking yourself out of some things that you truly want to achieve. Step 2, what are you telling yourself? In those quiet conversations when it's just you and God, what are some of the things that you are talking to yourself? You know what? Hey, unfortunately, sometimes we can be nicer to other people than we can be to ourselves. And remember, you are the most convincing person that you know. Do you want to believe that you can achieve this or not? Hey, it's up to you. And then step 3, evaluate your circle. I know you've heard it said many times, we are like the sum of the 5 people that we spend the most time around. Yeah, I probably am kind of like 2 of my dogs because I spend a lot of time around them. But are you okay with being like that person? If the answer is yes, awesome, you are on the right track. If the answer is no, perhaps there's some work that needs to happen in your circle. So, like I said, these are things that you can implement today in your life right now. In fact, I challenge you to do this Friday and share your experience on social media with the hashtag Friday and Say Life TV. Now, you may be getting ready to head out of the door, but I think, you gotta have a healthy breakfast and you gotta have a healthy snack before you get out the door, right? So we're gonna talk about that on our Say Life Bite. Say Life Bite. Okay, so this dish that we are going to be making today is something that you can have for breakfast. You can have it for snack. You can have it for lunch, dinner, wherever you decide. And today in our personal chef, our personal kitchen, this is our personal kitchen. We have our personal chef, Chef Loritta Scott of Ambient Personal Chef. She is the co-founder along with Chef Jerri Griffin, and she's got her CPC, she's got her MBA, and she has got something really yummy. Okay, yes, I just did that, but that's okay. Right here on this table that we are going to be talking about. And we're still in the warmer months. Yes. So what she's going to show us today is a very refreshing
Yes, say it again.
Hold on, wait, one more time. Refreshing. And you got to move the shoulder when you say refreshing. She has this amazing dish, and so I am so excited. So tell us about it.
All right, so this is our strawberry summer salsa. So I just love the summertime because I'm a summer baby.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
Everything about
When's your birthday?
August.
Oh, well,
August
yes,
3rd.
this is your birthday
Yes,
season.
Birthday season. All right. I know about that. So we have.
This is also the dancing segment? Just kidding.
We have a dressing for this particular salsa. It's traditional salsa. It is red onion, it's lemon, it's lime, jalapeno, cilantro.
Okay.
But the strawberries are the star of the show.
Wow.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this wonderful dressing and we're going to chop up these strawberries and we're going to toss them in the dressing, and then we're going to put them on top of blue corn tortillas.
Yum.
And it is going to be the most amazing bite
Yes.
I have ever had.
Oh my gosh. And talk about color. You've got the red of the strawberries. You've got the green of the cilantro. And is that jalapeno?
Yes.
And so a little kick to it.
Gotta have a little kick.
Yes.
It's not salsa without the kick.
Absolutely. You've got the purple and the onions. I put on these gloves, so I'm like, I'm going to help with something, but I'm just going to have them on.
You can stir in the dressing.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you have the blue corn of the chips. The blue corn, kind of like the blue color. That is really neat. And a lot of people, when they think salsa, our mind initially goes to tomatoes.
Yes.
Right. So what about the person who's at home like, I like tomatoes in my salsa, not fruit?
You can definitely take the same recipe and use any kind of tomato you want to. Tomatoes, there are so many different varieties.
Okay.
From tomatillos to heirlooms to cherry. So you are not just limited to my wonderful strawberry salsa. We also make a mango and salsa, and we also make a cucumber melon salsa.
Cucumber melon?
Cucumber melon.
Okay, wait a minute.
Cucumber melon is everything.
That sounds amazing. So tell me about what is in this dressing. I know we have the jalapenos that you've minced already, the onions. Tell me what else is a part of this.
All right, so there's a little bit of salt and pepper in there.
Okay.
There is a little bit of lime juice, which usually when we cut up other ingredients keeps them from turning.
Oh, okay.
So the acid in it keeps it from changing
that beautiful color. Got it.
And that's pretty much it. It is super simple, super light, super fresh, and very flavorful.
Fantastic.
All right, so we're going to cut up one more strawberry, but you can pour that in there and start stirring those together.
Okay.
And put it in this pretty little dish right here, just because it's pretty.
Yes, I love it. That is so cute. Look at that wood. And so while we're talking about this, I want you to tell everybody about Ambient Personal Chef. What made you become a personal chef? And tell me about what you've got going on.
So the truth of the matter is, I decided to become a personal chef because I couldn't take food photography. When I was in culinary school, I wanted to take food photography as an elective, and it wasn't available my senior year. And so I was like, ew, what am I going to take now? And ended up taking how to become a personal chef, and I was so moved.
Oh my goodness.
The fact that I have no overhead cost, I don't have to have a brick and mortar location. It's just so much easier, and it's more personal with the client. Like, I get to actually go into their home
and be a part
of their special experiences, and it's just wonderful.
I love that. So how did I do?
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I am ready to take a bite of this.
Okay, let's pour it in our dish there.
All right. And so where can people find you?
Okay, so we have our own website. It is ambientpersonalchef.com.
All right.
And we also have a Facebook page, which is Ambient Personal Chef. You can also find us on Instagram.
Okay.
Ambient Personal Chef.
Yes. So I am ready to see what this tastes like. Here we go. The test. You guys, I don't know. I'm, not sure if you can see that, but the color is absolutely beautiful. Yes. Here we go.
I guess I should too. I have to do the
when I'm watching TV at home, I'm always kind of like, okay, they're and I don't know what it tastes like. I will tell you, this tastes amazing. It is so fresh.
Yes.
You can really taste every little thing that you have. You can taste the onions. You can taste the jalapenos. It has that kick, but it's not too overpowering. And it's so pretty.
I know. That's my favorite part.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Love that. Oh, and I just double dipped, and
It's all right.
I guess that'll be my lunch today.
It's hers.
So you guys, when we come back, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about something that needs more attention, and that is mental health and mental wellness. So don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about it when we come back.
My name is Lauren Hope. I am the founder of an amazing little blog and business called Good Girl Chronicles LLC. It's
Writer, speaker, author, and entrepreneur, Lauren Hope is changing the world around her through storytelling. Storytelling is not new for Lauren. She became a reporter in her mid-20s. And even though hope is in her name, for a while behind that smile, the hope in her life was running out. And at work, she was afraid to let it be known that something wasn't right, which made things even worse. Long periods of sadness, a lack of motivation, and a diagnosis of major depressive disorder all culminated with Lauren attempting to take her own life. Her life fell apart, but thankfully, the pieces came back together. Through the right kind of care, treatment, and her faith in God, her hope has been restored. Now Lauren is helping others who have endured the same heartache find their hope too. Wow, that is really all that I can say about this woman's amazing story. First of all, Lauren, let me just say thank you just for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I'm so thankful that you're here, and I'm so thankful that you're a survivor, that you survived.
Thank you.
So there's so many questions that I have for you today, but the first question I want to ask is, how does it feel to have overcome something like that and be on the other side of that now?
Honestly, it is really surreal. Like, even when I look back on my journey, I think to myself, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was my life and that I endured those things. And now to be on this other side of the adversity, life is sweeter in a way that I did not know. I have a heart for people in a way that I never have before. And yeah, life is sweeter. That's the best way to say it. Life is sweeter.
I love how you put that, because you really, like you imagine sweet, it's just like a taste, just a sensation of something just being better than it was before. And, people look at you today, first of all, you have on this beautiful melon color, which great minds think alike, because we did not plan this today. But, you're so beautiful, and you are speaking out, and you are outgoing and encouraging, but some people may not know some of your backstory, and you were homeless at one point.
Yes, and that's really challenging because I think when people think of someone who's homeless, they don't think of someone like me. I am college educated. I came from a middle class family. So for a lot of people, that should not have been my story. And it was. And it was the hardest, most excruciating point in my life. I was sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. I slept in an office space that I was renting for a while. I couch surfed a whole bunch. And yeah, it's so hard. However, it opened my eyes to the struggle of people that I would have never, ever known. How hard it is to be homeless, how hard it is to be homeless with a child, how hard it is to be struggling with drug addiction.
And God broke my heart for the brokenhearted. And as hard as it was, I honestly feel like I had to go through that darkness to give me the heart and compassion that God always wanted me to have.
Wow. So broken but put together. And a lot of people may say, well, how does that happen? You know, like you said, you're from a middle class family, you have a college degree, you had a job and all those sorts of things. How did that come to be?
Really, when I really think about what led me to this point, it is mental illness and family dysfunction. So I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder when I was about 17 and struggled really hard with that. Had intense anxiety attacks. And I just grew up in a family where we just didn't have those discussions. So I couldn't accept that that's what was happening. So I wasn't compliant with treatment. I struggled with that alone. And then in my mid-20s, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. And in the height of all of that, I was a television reporter. And that is an intense pressure cooker of a career.
Absolutely.
And the whole time, because I couldn't accept that, I struggled, I floundered. And there's just so much I didn't know about mental health then that I know now. And it all came to a head in 2014 when I attempted to take my own life. And after that, everything fell apart.
Let me know if this is, of course, too painful to talk about. But at that moment where you said, okay, this is the decision that I'm going to make, what was the conversation going on in your mind?
It's interesting. I've spoken to a lot of suicide attempt survivors, and all of them generally say this thing. It's not that I wanted to die in that moment. I wanted the pain to stop.
Yeah.
I wanted the pain to stop. Every day of waking up and not feeling worth anything, floundering at my job, it is a darkness that you're in. And I just wanted the pain to stop.
And I know you said this affected you at your job as well, because you're a reporter, you're in front of the camera, you're in front of people. How did this manifest in what you did at work?
Reporting used to be something I could do like that. And when I became really symptomatic, I couldn't focus at work. I literally would just sit in front of my computer for minutes at a time, like, what is this?
Yeah.
I would have chest pains and tightness during live shots. And these are things that I never used to struggle with.
Yeah. And you survived that suicide attempt, thank God. Tell me about when life started to turn around for you, and tell me when things started to get a little brighter and sweeter and a little different in your life.
So after that attempt, I was in a major depressive episode for nearly 2 years. I gained 100 pounds, like just a really dark time. And my parents asked me to move in with them because I couldn't take care of myself. And I got on an antidepressant, and it took a while to work. So it was like when the antidepressant hit, it was like this fog had removed. But my life was a mess. I had no friends. I was overweight. I had like bald spots on my hair from pulling my hair. It was bad. And it's hard for people who are not believers to understand this, but God spoke into my spirit one day and he said, I need you to get up. I need you to get up. I can't tell you that life is going to be without strife, but I can tell you with me that you can endure this. Wow. So I need you to try and to start fighting for your life. And really that moment was what made me start fighting.
And fight you did, and stand up you did, and keep going you did, and now you have taken Good Girl Chronicles, LLC, and are doing so many amazing things with it. And I know you guys even have some things coming up. So tell us about all that.
So I have realized the liberation in sharing my own story, and I want to give that to other people. So we host something called the Spark of Hope Storytelling Night. We have one coming up on August 22nd at 6:30 at Gourmet Burger Bistro. That's in Churchland. And you'll come and hear people share their love stories, their transformation stories, their survival stories. You will leave feeling full. Also, I want to coach people on how to better tell their story. So on August 31st in Virginia Beach, I'm going to host a workshop called Finding the Heart of Your Story, because I want to help people find their empowerment and liberation through storytelling.
Perfect. And I know, how can people find you on social media?
So I'm Good Girl Chronicles on everything, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and they can check me, and on Facebook, and they can check me
Yes.
out on my website, goodgirlchronicles.com.
Absolutely. And we'll have all this information on Say Life TV as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining us today.
Thank you.
And you know what? We may have some burning questions coming up. So let's do it right now on Ask the Life Coach. All right, this question comes to us via Instagram. My confidence is lacking. How can I increase it? My confidence is lacking. How can I increase it? So, you know what? In our confidence programs, one thing we focus on is how we have contributed already to the world around us. What are some amazing things that you have already done? What are some amazing things that you've accomplished and that you're proud of? And sometimes when you're looking back at those accomplishments, you may not give yourself enough credit. So that's the first thing that we do. Give yourself some credit. And unfortunately, when you're feeling a dip in confidence, sometimes all of those past experiences and some of those past things that you've really done well at can kind of pale in comparison. So take some time to see how your contributions matter. Also, do you recognize that little voice that creeps up when you're about to share that new idea, when you're about to raise your hand in class or try something new? Make sure. And this, in fact, I suggest to all of our Say Life family members to write some of those things down. Be mindful of that conversation, because I believe that you may have some of those fears, but fears are trying to tell you something. Don't let them drive, don't let them run the show, but be sure to listen to what they're going to tell you. That way you can reply with reason. That way you can reply with faith. That way you can reply, and that's a tongue twister, you can reply with actual actions that are going to help you get to where you want to be. You're going to take those small actionable steps to get to that large goal, that objective that you're trying to reach. And one objective that I'm trying to reach is a better body and being in good health. So when we come back, we're going to have Coach Dex, who's going to show us how to be fit and Stay Life Fit. So don't go anywhere. Modern, stylish, hip. If you have a passion for science, technology, engineering, and math, Zebu Designs shows you how to be proud of your passion. Zebu Designs exists to provide exclusive merchandise that expresses a unique lifestyle and culture. Women's, men's, kids, from t-shirts, athletic wear, and accessories, Zebu Designs has got you covered. Zebu Designs. Be proud of your passion. Z to the E to the B to the U, designs.com. Stay Life Fit, everybody, on this Friday morning. So you know what, last week, Coach Dex and I, and hopefully some of you at home, got it in with the squats. Man, that was amazing for our lower body. So today we're going to focus on the upper body, because you know what? You have to be healthy in mind, spirit, body. And so that is this man's calling. So we have Coach Dex Moore from Orange Theory Fitness and Newport News. Thanks so much for coming back.
Thanks for having me. It was a great time last week, and I'm looking forward to going over some more exercises.
Absolutely. So what do we have today? I see you've got some weights down there, okay? And let's see.
So today we're going to work on a hammer curl, which is an exercise to develop your biceps along your upper arm here. And we're going to band up with it to activate some smaller muscles in the back of your shoulder. That's going to help you keep that nice proud chest and keep your shoulders from rounding over, which tends to happen if you work at a computer or drive and things like that.
So that's what I was going to mention, that this exercise is helpful for even if you're sitting at a desk and you're typing on your computer all day, or if you have to sit in whatever job that you do, this can be helpful.
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Nice. Well, let's not waste any time. I'm ready to work these arms. So when I have my handbag on, y'all can see that definition.
All right, first thing I'm going to have you do is put this band on. And it's going to be a low band position, so right there around where your watch would be. And I want you to get a proud chest. So pull your shoulders back and press them down as you hold that band apart. Okay, let's try this. And this is something, whether or not, you know, you're at home, even if you don't have an exercise band, that you can do at home, correct? Yes, you can still definitely do the bicep curl. The band just helps activate those smaller muscles in the back of your shoulder.
I'm going to kind of turn to the side so people can see kind of that action there. Ooh.
All right, so with the actual curl here, your weights.
Okay, can I let go?
Yeah, let go for a second, definitely. You're going to pull that back open, get those shoulders working, and then without rotating your wrist at all, I just want you to bring those weights up towards your shoulders and then take them on back down where that band hits your thighs.
Okay.
Bring them on up. And then back
so
down.
I get into this position and then up and back. You know, I think that's really interesting, because a lot of people may just, you know, be in this position here and then start their curls, whereas
Yep.
You kind of have to have that back.
Gotta open it back up.
Okay, so now.
All right, here you go.
Oh, so I do the weights and the band?
Yep, so the weights are gonna really hit those biceps, where the band is focusing more along those muscles along the back of your shoulder.
Okay, here we go.
All right, there you go, perfect. Fighting against the resistance of that band, so bring it straight back down.
Okay, so I need to make sure to keep my
Chest
back
up.
arched.
Yep.
And tell me about how my feet need to be.
You always want to be in your good set position, so feet about shoulder width apart. You want your hips forward, kind of tucked back a little bit,
Okay.
with your chest up, shoulders back and down, like we talked about at the beginning of the move, making sure you're in nice alignment and ready to move that weight.
Got it. And actually, one thing that we talk about in some of our coaching programs is having that power pose, like kind of standing where you feel powerful and confident. And yeah, I think this kind of covers it for me.
There.
So while I am working on this, tell me a little bit about Orange Theory Fitness and what makes it different from other gyms.
There are lots of things that make us different from other gyms. Two of my favorite qualities are the heart rate training. So in our workouts, we'll have elite athletes along with people who are just starting their fitness journeys, and we're tracking their heart rates. So the goal might be to get to 83% of your max heart rate, and each of them have a different heart rate to get there, and they get there through different amounts of activity. So if they're both in that same zone, they're both getting the same amount of work done, and it kind of brings everybody together to make a group workout also feel more personalized.
Absolutely. Now tell me with this, can I do it with one?
Not with the bands on.
Oh, okay.
So if
Y'all
you
know,
were
I'm
doing just
trying
your
to
regular
kind of
curls.
get out of it just a little easy, but okay. So tell me, for those who are at home and say, you know what, maybe this is too much for me with using two weights or using, some of the heavier weights, what's a modification that people can do at home? Can they do just the band or?
Yeah. When we're talking about working those biceps, you would need some weight to actually curl up, but we do have weights to go down to 5
Okay.
pounds. As far as working those shoulders, just keeping that band apart and going to that same move is still going to get you the activation back there that you would want to help you improve your posture.
Yes. And where am I supposed to be feeling this?
Right now, without the dumbbells, you're going to feel it mostly right along the back of your shoulders.
Okay. Fantastic. So where can people find you? I feel like I'm kind of like, bound up here with this band. Where can people find you? And tell me about how they can stop in or talk to you about more of their fitness journey.
Yeah. We're Orange Theory Fitness on the corner of Jefferson and Bland in Newport News, right across the street from the airport. Your first class is always free, so if you want to come on in, just stop by. We'll get you booked in for a free class. You can call us at 757-849-0220, and Steve will get you booked in for that free session.
Absolutely. We've got the head coach here, Dex, Coach Dex Moore. So excited to have you here. And I want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, Zebu Designs, Adorned by Chrissy, and you know what, just a big thank you to you who are out there watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this today. So before we wrap it up, I'm going to try this exercise on the way out. All right, here we go. And also, I've got to shout out Totally T. She has my hair looking pretty good. Not that I will wear my hair like this to the gym, but hey, why not?
Look good, perform good.
Yes. So everybody have a fantastic Friday. I hope you have an amazingly blessed weekend, an amazingly blessed day. And I can't wait to see you next week. Take care.